Walkarounds are always extremely exciting because we get to experience the car firsthand or get to touch the car firsthand. And especially when it's a car that has a large impact. But today, we're talking about these cars right here. And I am excited about these automobiles because of two very large reasons. Number one, electric vehicle. Number two, the price is going to shock you. Now, these are MG vehicles. Now, we're only going to concentrate right now on this, the MG4, because I believe that these cars are so great that the Marvel, we'll get to that on another video that we'll point out a little bit later. But we're going to concentrate right now on this, the MG4, a full electric vehicle, which is as you can see, a compact hatch. Now, if you're wondering just exactly what does MG doing throwing its hat into the EV ring, what do they know about nothing? Actually, they know a little something about something. See, MG Motors is part of SAIC. SAIC builds cars like, you got the VWs, you've got Skodas, you've got Cadillacs, and of course MGs. And then they may have only been in the electric vehicle side of things for the past 10 years, but in 2022, they already reached 1 million sales. So they kind of know what they're talking about. You get what I'm getting at? But folks, allow me to walk you through this automobile because it is quite exciting. Let's start really with the front clip, shall we? Now, I don't know whether it's because of the color or the sharpness of the automobile, but it's giving me a McLaren vibe. I know Jack's feeling it too. And by the way, congratulations to Lando. Good job, buddy. Anyway, you've got a full LED affair as you'd expect. These are your DRLs up on top. These are your indicators found down below, and it's sharp, extremely sharp. Worth noting is that there's a camera directly up front here in the center as Jack is getting close to it. Oh, that's a little bit of dust. We don't like that. As part of your 360-degree view. Very sharp. I like it. Now, underneath is, well, it's not exactly the motor because the motor is an EV. It's all the way underneath. But I can tell you that there are two variants that are going to be available for the MG4. And you've got the Luxe variant, which is what this is, and the standard. For the top of the line, you're looking at 200 horses and 250 Newton meters of torque with a range of over 440 kilometers. Now, I know that you're dying to know the price. I'm going to hold you just a little bit longer because there's a lot more to talk about. Now, full disclosure, what you're looking at right now is not exactly the unit that's going to be hitting the market in terms of the Luxe edition because there are going to be some changes. This is a demo unit, but it's almost close to exactly what's going to happen. Number one is that these wheels that you're looking at right here, not very pretty, right? I've never been a fan of EV wheels. Fortunately, I've actually seen the photo of the wheels that are going to come to the country. It's a little bit smaller. These are 19s. It'll come in at 18s, but they don't have this plastic around it. Looks so much better. Number two is that, I know I'm short, but Jack's going to help me out on this. This is a body color roof. Now, the body color is going to go for the standard version. This top-of-the-line Luxe is actually going to have a blacked-out roof. Here's the funny thing. We wanted to make sure that the blacked-out roof is for all the Luxe variants, but the one that came was color black. So, of course, the roof's going to be black. So that was a exercise in futility. Come on over to the rear. This is something really neat. This configuration right here as a rear spoiler looks quite familiar, doesn't it? You got your third brake light found right there. And then quite a large spoiler, I would say, with a nice dip in the center. There's a lot of shapes here and a lot of lights too, because this right here, this arrow light comes up all the way around the vehicle. And there's a bonus. The lights here, they actually light up. It's also got diffusers here at the rear, diffusers at the front, and then parking sensors found here and here, as well as more of them up front. Now, when you open her up, you are looking at over 360 liters of very usable space. In fact, this false bottom right here can come up, and if you unfold the sides, can give you a very flat bottom so that sliding heavier things inside the automobile won't be an issue. With a tonneau cover. Now, we don't have our balikbayan boxes with us. We'll save that for the proper review. But I'm assuming that in this particular instance, a balikbayan box might be a bit tight. Although a golf bag or two, maybe even three, shouldn't be an issue. But hey, enough about the trunk. Let's get inside the car. Where am I? This side. The rear seats. Now, I would leave the door open, but I gotta show you that because when you buy the Luxe variant, it actually comes with privacy glass for the rear seat. So when I close this, It's actually quite dark. The seats in the rear, quite comfortable. This is Jack's normal driving position. And as you can see, a man like myself, under tall, has got about half a dangkal left. I could cross my legs. It is a bit tight. But hey, it's a compact hatch, right? It's not a full-size sedan. So Jack driving, me behind, no issues. So if I were obviously driving and Jack sitting behind me, he wouldn't have a problem either. The seats are quite comfortable. You're sitting quite low and it's elevated by the thigh a little bit to give a little bit of support. Although taller passengers might have an issue because their gap was probably much smaller than their gap here for the legs will be much larger than mine. It is a rear-wheel drive, which means the tunnel is actually very low. Look at that. I can stand on that and do a little turn, do a little dance. The seats are a mixture of leather and fabric. Leather here, easy to clean. Fabric in the center so that you don't lose your way when the car is going about its business. Now, there is no center armrest that I can find. There are no lights above for the rear passengers. And there are no air vents also up front. But there is a single charging point found down there. I guess that is basically your Consuelo de Bobo. Now, you might be thinking, ano ba, where are all the equipment? It is an EV after all. I'll get to that reason why, because again, it's its price. And I'll get to that in just a little bit. But let's move up front for now. Now, on to the business end of the MG4. Okay, first and foremost, you have, yes, put key into manual start position. I know the key somewhere in here. First and foremost, you have a 7-inch screen that is directly in front of you. It's not the largest of things, no, but it fits quite well right into the steering wheel of the automobile. I'm just going to get myself out of Jack's driving position and put myself in my normal driving position. Use the telescopic steering wheel to get into my perfect driving position, and yeah, works. So again, the screen fits right here above. It's a flat bottom and top steering wheel. Feels good to the touch. I like the leather that they use. It's comparable to that even of a Honda, whose steering wheels I actually do enjoy. You've got your buttons on your steering wheel with a joystick, mind you, because there's a joystick that you can push up, down, left, and right for not just your infotainment screen, or rather, not just for your instrument cluster, but a joystick for your infotainment screen. Moving on to the infotainment screen, this is a 12-inch screen that has Apple and Android capabilities, but it's not wireless, it's wired. Speaking of wireless, you do have a wireless charging pad. Then below that, you've got your drive function. It's not a stick, but rather a knob that kind of floats. It makes it look like it's a nice diving board. Woo-doo! And then if you dive too far, there's a net here that will catch you. Underneath, you've got charging points, cup holders, a cubby hole down here. It's not very deep, but nonetheless, it's a cubby hole, maybe to put your phone flat in when you're not charging it. And then a deeper center console here that you could fit maybe half of Jack's large bottle. The dashboard is actually quite soft. I like that. And the materials of the plastics are good plastics. And here, it sounds very solid, as Jack pointed out. Here, obviously, there's a bit of a hollow sound because there's nothing back there. But here, it sounds very, very good. Now, I've got power seats, no power for the passenger. I got an auto-dimming mirror. I got a taco holder and lights for up front. And essentially, that's about it. There is a lot of piano blacks inside the automobile, which I'm not a very big fan of. But the prospect, again, of this car, because it is an EV, I can forgive it because it's got so much potential. There is another thing that I don't like about the car when I step out here. Come on this side. Normally, when you step outside of a vehicle, it ends here. The MG4 actually ends here. It's not much, but for a shorter person like myself, haha, yes, laugh it up, Jack. When I get out of the car, my calf muscle kind of gets, it digs into my calf muscle. However, I can tell you that I can forgive it for that because of its price, which I'm about to reveal. Now, we don't have exact prices just yet, but I can tell you ballpark figures. The standard MG4 comes in anywhere between 1.4 to 1.5 million Philippine pesos. The Lux comes in at anywhere between 1.6 to 1.8 million Philippine pesos for an EV. Head on over to AutoDeal.com.ph where we have the prices, because I don't have it as of filming, but we now have the prices as you're watching this on our website. You can even use the Get Quote button to get yours immediately and get yourself an EV for less than 2 million Philippines. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And I'm not even done because there's still another car that I need to review, but that we'll save that for another video, which I'm gonna do right now, which you can get to if you are a subscriber to our channel. Go!